Hey guys, welcome back. So if you had watched my previous video of the cranberry upside down cake, you know I'm going to be making the pecan pie that I am going to make now. So let me show you. I am cheating. I am using a store-bought crust. You can definitely make your own. I just have some of those in my freezer and I don't feel like making the crust. A good thing with crust though as well, so instead of using full water, you can change out a little bit of that water for vodka, which actually helps make a flaky crust. So that is just a little tip. So let's get going on the actual pecan pie filling. So I got whole pecans just so I can have some for when I do all my other meals. I use whole pecans to decorate. So we're gonna do 1 heaping cup of chopped pecans. Just run your knife through them coarsely. All right, let's see what we got. Do a little bit more. Just make sure you don't put your fingers in there, just keep them out of the way, because you want to keep all those to enjoy your Thanksgiving meal. All right, so that is heaping. Nice and rounded top. All right, so got a nice bowl. We're gonna do 3 eggs. You want them to be room temperature. Beat those up a little bit. And move you in so you can see a little better. There we go. Oven is still at 350 degrees. I'm going to put in 1 cup of white sugar. I'm actually going to, on medium heat, melt a 1/3 cup of salted butter. So get that started. My fall allergies are kicking my tuchus. You want 1 cup. You can either do dark or light corn syrup. I have light because I make a bunch of fudge. So this is what I have on hand. All right. I love this thing. You saw a couple of them in some old videos if you've watched. Do 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Where is it? There it is. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You do want a teaspoon of vanilla, so let me grab that. In this pecan pie, you do not have to cook anything on the stovetop for this except for the melted butter. I know some recipes that I've done call to make everything in an actual pot. So I'm just gonna wait for that butter to finish melting. And let me get a spatula ready. All right, so I'm gonna let that melt and I'll be right back. All right, so the butter is all melted. So I'm actually going to whisk that in because there are eggs in there. You don't want scrambled eggs. Let me get some of this sugar mixed in a little better. There we go. All right, throw that in. So I'm gonna mix this together first. Nuts. That's what the spatula is for. I think I want a little bit more nuts, so I'm going to leave them whole. There we go. When I cook pies like this, I always leave it on a baking sheet. Move you back a little bit. You do not cook this prior. I just want to make sure that the nuts are all evenly distributed. Make sure I get all the ooey gooey yumminess. I always like to top into the open spots with some more nuts. One for the pie, one for me. Take some foil. You just loosely cover it like this. You really don't want it sitting on the pie. All right, so it is going to go in the oven for 13 minutes. 30, not 13. Make sure I don't spill any of it. Make sure it's in the center of the pie. Center of the oven, my goodness. And we'll be back. All right, so now that the 30 minutes has passed, we're going to take the aluminum foil off. So for some reason, this recipe can be longer than 50 minutes, because now I just want to take the aluminum foil off for 20 minutes. You don't want the pie crust or the nuts to burn, but you also don't want a super jiggly crust, or not crust, but center. So we're gonna cook this for another 20 minutes and I'm gonna peek in about 10. All right, so it took about 70 minutes for the pecan pie to cook. It has a slight jiggle. The crust is nice and golden brown. Let me bring you over. So now this just has to sit and cool. For a few hours, it's best to let it sit overnight. So that is my quick and easy pecan pie.